Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Center. So let's talk Scranton Prep Cavaliers football. Braden Burrier joining us right now. Well, Braden, what a year it has been for the Cavaliers. You guys have been on a roll, and other than a week one blemish, you guys have rolled through some really stiff competition. What's it like to be a member of this football team?
Thank you for having me. This team this year is a special team. After the first week against Abington, things looked a little bit shaky, but, we pulled ourselves together. And ever since then, we've been rolling one game at a time.
For you, the job you're doing, whether mostly on the defensive side, I got to catch a couple of your games this year. You're all over the field. You have some help there at the linebacker position, but, of course, you have some help in front of you at the defensive line, too. Let's first start talking about the linebacker crew of you guys. You really have noses for the football, and you happen to be one of those guys. You're all over the field.
Our four linebackers, myself, of course, our outside linebacker, Lucas Sage. He's all over the field, as you said. He covers our passes great. He is always near the ball. He plays great outside defense. He contains well. Kyler McAllister, our other outside linebacker, he does a great job as well. He's a tough kid. Again, always around the football. And our other inside linebacker, Ivan Balavich, he's something else. He's a really tough kid. Always keeping me on my toes. He makes up for my mistakes, and we have a really good set of linebackers.
Talking about a tough kid, I would have to give yourself a pat on the back for that. You're kind of undersized, but you're not afraid of anybody. You'll stick somebody when you have to, and sometimes it's for losses. Talk about where you get your own toughness from.
Well, to be honest, I've been playing since I was a little kid, so I've always had that kind of mentality, that tough mentality. And throughout my life, size doesn't matter. But sophomore year, I had to go through, what every sophomore goes through. Did my time, and then junior year, I got my first start. So I just wanted to go as hard as I could, every single play, 110%. And this past summer, I worked on my speed, I lifted more, and it's helped me in the long run.
You kind of doubled your tackles from last year, but I think Ivan Balavich, the job that both of you guys do, you really complement each other well. But it happens with those four guys in front of you. Let's talk about that defensive front for Scranton Prep.
Yeah, our defensive linemen are beasts. Starting on the left side, we have Kyle Collision at our defensive end. He's a big kid. He plays offensive tackle for us as well. He's always, near the play. He always bats our passes down. He already has a pick this year against Wyoming area, so he does a great job. Our other defensive end, Cree Cocadrilli, he's a tough kid as well. He is always near the ball. And our left tackle, Charles Farrell, he's enormous. He is a strong kid. No one can move him if he plays his technique well. And then Max Borgia, our right tackle, he's really one of our big leaders on the team, and he just sets a great example for everyone else, and he always plays hard.
Really doesn't appear like there's any weak links with this Scranton Prep team. You go from quarterback to running back. You got talented receivers. You got guys up front that have really stepped up this year, and that was probably the biggest question mark, graduating those tough guys up front, but the other guys have really filled in nice.
Yeah, it's obvious. With the guys that played last year that had to step up as juniors, Kyle Collision and Max Borgia, they know what it's like already, and then they've been teaching all the other guys that have stepped up this year so far. So I don't think we really have to worry about stepping people up and doing what we need to do.
We're talking Scranton Prep football here as we talk with Braden Burrier. And Braden, let's talk about once in a while you do some good things on offense, whether you get a nice run for 20 or 30 yards, but it might just be helping out in protection. for your quarterback or helping spring a long run by one of your running backs. Talk about your role back there.
Well, first of all, it's all about the team for me. If I get a carry, that's great. If I get 20 yards on one carry, that's great. But I'm all about, helping out the team, getting down the field, scoring a touchdown. I love playing fullback. It's a great position for me. I block for Ricky as much as I can, try to get good blocks with him. Same with Jake. Try to give him as much time as he needs to throw the ball. And, everything's been going well.
Let's talk about a couple stretches of games this year. You guys go to Wyoming area and get a big win. Then you take care of Valley View in a very hard-fought game. Then towards the end of the year, it's West Scranton and North Pocono, two physical teams. Where are you guys at now that you're heading into the playoffs here in Week 11?
Well, we obviously knew, we're a good team and we have a lot to prove to everybody. We didn't really expect, especially the last two games of the season to win as big as we did, especially in the last game against North Pocono. But after that win, we're extremely excited. We're pumped up. We're ready to go for playoffs. So we're getting ready for Nana Cup now.
Let's talk about Coach Gallagher, his approach. A little different probably than Coach Donato, but talking to a few players, a lot of things are the same.
Well, yeah. I mean, Coach Donato was a pretty big loss, but Coach Terry, he's stepped up a ton, and he has that physical mentality. He wants to play, 110% every single play. He has us run a lot of practice, make sure we're in shape, and he has us ready to go before every game.
Let's talk a little bit about your family and the support you get and rooting you on, whether it's in the classroom or on the field, and just kind of being in your corner and having that support system.
My fan base is pretty big at all of my games. My parents, my siblings, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, they're always there supporting me. Especially my parents, they want the best for me. They always give me pep talks before each game. My grandparents text me before every game. So I know that I always have them to support me.
Braden, 2017 is just around the corner, and you're going to move on from high school. Do you have any current plans right now, anything solid, or you kind of see what happens for 2017?
Honestly, I don't know too much if I want to play football once I get into college. But I'm thinking of majoring in biology once I go on to college. I've already applied to a couple colleges, so I'm looking forward to the future.
And your overall experience with, some of the friendships you have both on your team and, of course, at the school at Scranton Prep, what's it been like to be a Cavalier through this?
Oh, it's been a great experience with all the teams I've played with throughout the years, and all my friends that I've played with since freshman year. It's been great. I couldn't ask for a better experience, and I'll miss them next year.
Braden, great to catch up with you. Congratulations on a fabulous year, and I'm sure you guys will try to keep it going as long as you could there in the AAA playoffs.
Thank you very much, and absolutely, we look forward to it.
Braden Burrier, a outstanding linebacker for the Scranton Prep Cavaliers here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.